Welcome back Babbling Beer Reviewers, for another babble with me, yours truly at the King&Dragon. Hope you're well, hope you've had a good week. We're currently dealing with, probably, well, if you're down the West Country, the weather's warning seems to be down here, but after the previous storm, we've now got Storm Ingrid coming through. Yeah, not very pleasant sounding out there. I mean, I don't know if you can hear on there, but we're getting sort of bursting. Nearly took my door off earlier on when I went out, and me with it. As big as I am, it still sort of pulled the door open. If I didn't grab hold of the door, it'd probably rip it off the hinges. So I went out to repair fences and stuff in the last storm. You know, that was enough hassle. But the bins have been out since early, and I keep meaning to go and bring them in. But every time I go out there, it's lashing down the rain and wind. They're by the gate. I put them there by the gate earlier on when I come in. But I need to go and bring them back round the back here. And every time I think about going out there, I think, nah, I'll wait. They're by the gate at the front. They ain't going anywhere. Babbling Beer Reviews, what am I talking about? Oh, I don't have twaddle in it. Get on with the beer review. Welcome back. Yeah, one from Christmas that I bought and put in there. Now, I happened to go into Aldi's, other shops are available, and I don't normally frequent Aldi's, to be honest. We do use the one of the big name ones. I mean, I suppose Aldi's is a big name. I don't sound fair, does it, to say that? I've never got used to Aldi's because I've always found when I go in there, I remember back when I was a kid, I used to deliver to Aldi's warehouses when they're up and coming, and it was like skeleton staff. And when I delivered into stores with the bread and stuff, it was always skeleton staff on in the morning. I used to unload my own bread from the truck and put it in Babbling Beer Reviews. So yeah, and I know it's got big and big Babbling Beer Reviews, bigger since them days. I mean, talking you know, late 90s, early 2000s. And yeah, it's obviously, you know, it's got bigger like anything. If you can see a light on there, I see a bit of a light flat. It's my telly on, so there's always something in there, isn't there? Yeah, and you know, I used to shop in Lidl's, and we had one called Netto's up in Milton Keynes and Buckinghamshire that way. Buckinghamshire. I don't know if they're still about there. I think they. I think there's a lot of Netto stores up north as well, but they seem to phase out. So I don't know if there's any Nettos. Let me know in the comments if there's any Nettos still about up that way, because I used to do. I think it was at Dudley, in Birmingham. Birmingham, all right there, all right, my babbies. Birmingham, I don't know which one. Babbling Beer Reviews. I could be on this. Yeah, I could be. Yeah, I used to go there, and I think that was a Netto store to deliver. Anyway, I'm waffling and digressing here, but I don't often go into Aldi's. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, unless I really need to get something, or Tesco's, whatever. Haven't got what I want, so I do. We do go in there if needs be, and I happened to be in there just before Christmas to pick something up. I think we were looking for something. I can't remember what it was now. There was something we couldn't get across the road there. Maybe some last minute Brussels or something we were looking for. And I went in, and I always have a quick, wherever I go, I have a look in the ale aisle in case I spot something I've never had before. And as luck would have it, fortune for company. That's my message. I've got my own words. For company. What does that mean? Is it mine? Did I make that up? I don't know. I saw this on the shelf. The last bottle, the whole run, you know, where the beers line up. And it was the last one. And it's a chocolate stout. Finally, he tells us what it is. It's a chocolate stout. Nothing on the bottle cap there. What is it say? It's specially selected. A bit like me, specially selected I am. Smooth and indulgent. It's a 500ml bottle. It's a 5%er. Now, I've had their coffee stout. Yeah, stout. And I really enjoyed that one. And this had to be the last one I showed. And I see it. And there was a coffee stout, actually. I think it was a couple of coffee stout. And this one. And I was supposed to have it for Christmas. So we're now in January. And Joe looked over the bottle, sort of thought, oh yeah, look, it's like, they made like a Cadbury's. Looks like a Cadbury's. I wonder if they get done for that. I mean, chocolate, it's got a sort of Cadbury's thing in it. Do they get done for copyright? And I see it and I thought, yeah, I'm having that. That sounds strong, smooth, chocolate stout. And I wanted to get a chocolate stout before. If you watch my video for the Yorkshire Heart one that I've done, the strong dark stout that I did on there, that was supposed to be a chocolate, but they've sold out. So I picked it up and I thought, you know, I'm having that. And it's the last bottle. And I haven't got around to doing it yet. And I tell you what, it sounds very nice. And I can't remember how much it was. Probably got the receipt somewhere in my pocket here. Because what I do is I change my clothes, but I just keep shifting the receipt over until I find what I need to use. And then I'll bin them eventually. I used to be terrible for going to cash point growing up, and I always used to get a receipt with every purchase, you know, every withdrawal, cash withdrawal. And I used to have pockets and pockets. I mean, I've got a lot better. But I used to have pockets of the stuff. So you used to shove it in my pocket and move from one pocket to the next. And shop receipts, to be fair. I try not to get, unless I'm buying something I've got to potentially take back. Now, I try not to have a receipt because I just know what's going to happen. I end up with them all in my pocket, and then I end up looking through that. I've got a couple of different receipts there from the local shop. No, I must have. I don't believe I binned it. Oh, hang on. There we go. No, I didn't think I'd binned it. It's a rogue one. It's in the other pocket. You know what? I think I took it out the other day to look at it. So I picked it up. Babbling beer reviews. Yeah, and it's £1.79. £1.79 from Aldi's. I thought that's a bargain, isn't it? Not even £1.80 for a bottle of lovely chocolate stout. I hope it's going to be lovely. I've never had one, so I thought I'm having that. Yeah, £1.79, and I think their stout's a pretty good price as well, you know. And it looked Christmassy, and if things had been probably, you know, the way they should have been for Christmas, I'm not going to go over a previous video. I probably would have had it by now, you know. But things were a bit, you know. I don't know, you know, just weren't the same because of Mrs. having I won't bother and bore you with it, but yeah, it wasn't the same, so I didn't get around to doing it. So I'm now having it now. So we'll just shut up and get on with it. This isn't my usual bottle opener. It is a beige one, but I think I normally have this one for show rather than anything else. There we go. There's nothing on the bottle cap to say apart from that specially selected. Oh, it's made by, I think it's Hall and Woodhouse as well. A rich, indulgent stout featuring luxurious chocolate flavours balanced by notes of roasted malt. So it sounds lovely. And I'm pretty sure that it's Hall and Woodhouse that do it, because Hall and Woodhouse do their stout. It's not pronounced stout, Babbling beer reviews, but it's a nice one. And I've had that in Tesco's do that. But this is obviously brewed and specially made for Aldi's. So I have done videos on Hall and Woodhouse. If you check them out, I think it's Hall and Woodhouse. I'm sure there's someone I can't see that now. Now I've opened the bottle, I can't really tip it up to look. Sure, it says it somewhere on there. Oh, it did. Maybe it's not. I'll have a look at them. I know they do their like their beers for them, so I'm pretty sure it is. And their Hall and Woodhouse ones are nice, so check them out. They've been around for a long time, lots of history again. Put in your Google Hall and Woodhouse and look into them. Oh, lovely. Yeah, just as you'd expect. Indulgent. You can smell that rich sort of chocolate, dark chocolate smell in there. And a roastiness about it as well. But that chocolate smell. And ale. Dark chocolate and ale with a roasted hint in the background there. It's just a nice combination. Let's do the pour, guys. Let's have the pour and see what it looks like. I'd expect it to be dark because it's chocolatey and smells delicious. But yeah, I thought, you know, oh, it's terrible. Don't want that for a while. There's still a bit left in there. Cat pouring. Ooh. That's more than a 2 fingers. Isn't 2 fingers? No, it's about 2 fingers, isn't it? It's not too bad. As you imagine it to be, or expect it to be, nice and dark. Although at the bottom there, you can see actually with the light, there is a red tinge there, red hue, real sort of ruby red in the bottom there. Looks like a sexy drink, man. Very nice. Yeah, it's very dark there, but you put it towards the light, there is a nice sort of red tinge through it. Very dense, as you'd expect, off, you know, collie, Babbling Beer with coffee coloured sort of tinge to the head. To be expected, isn't it, really? You know, with a chocolate stout. But yeah, and it's cold, but I have let it warm up a bit, so it's not as cold as I would normally have them. And I wanted to do that on purpose to try and get the richness of the flavours out of there. The indulgence. Right. Oh, it does that right in the middle there. I need to get some glasses. I said this before this year, I think. And when I had my medical recently for my licence, I was told I had 20/20 vision. I maybe looking at their little cards, but not when it comes to sitting in here in the dark. Brewed in the UK in partnership with Hall and Woodhouse. So there you go. I thought it did. So let's have another little sniff. Hint of vanilla I'm getting now. I've got same as you've got the dark chocolate. The sweetness, there's a vanilla sweetness there. And the hints of ale. Yeah, definitely. I'm definitely smelling vanilla. Maybe it's just me. But it does. It smells nice. It smells inviting. It smells like a tub of sweets. The old sort of, in the old day, you know, we used to get a decent tub of rather than what we get now. Cheers. Let's do the taste and have a little taste and see what it's about. Finally, at 11 minutes and 50 odd seconds, he goes in. That's beautiful. It's like velvet. What is that? Velvet? Is that what he says out of Coming to America, isn't it? Let's get drunk and talk shite. Yes, I do a lot of that. Definitely up there. That's what it says up there. I'm not even drunk. I just talk a lot of shite. That's nice. Oh yeah. There's the. That's what you look for. That's what you look for in a beer, isn't it, or a stout? That bit of linger in the gums. You know, when you drink it, and you think, oh, you got that sort of malty, roasty. And there's a dark chocolate, indulgent. Bit of glassiness there. You know, sometimes you get that twang, like a tinniness. You get a tinniness from it, and sometimes when your beer's been in a glass and it's been cold, you do get that sort of glassy. But not, that was at the end. It was after all the flavours that come through. Very smooth. Very nice, chocolatey. Hint of vanilla. Dark malt. You know, it's got it all. Roastiness about it. Slight tinge of what was I going to say? A fizziness. Just, you know, when I first sup it, there's that little fizz. Quickly abates. So, yeah, quickly goes away, and then you're left with a smooth, indulgent chocolate stout, as it says on the bottle. That's what it says in the tin. Smooth and indulgent. Now, it's funny because the Master Stout one they do, or that Hall and Woodhouse do, is better than this, I would say. I think it's better. This is nice, this is good, but it's almost like they keep that full recipe for themselves. And you would, wouldn't you, if you're brewing it and you got one that's in the same sort of market, you'd keep it. It's very similar in taste, but I think that one would just pip it just a little bit. It's like having a Guinness and something that's similar to a Guinness that's not quite, but it's just there and thereabouts. But that pips it, that would pip it. But this is very nice. £1.79. Lace in the glass very nicely. Nice thick creamy head on it. Look, It's holding that head lovely, plenty of head retention. Fair enough, this is a St James's Gate glass. Or what does it say, the Brewers Project, yeah, the Brewers Project St James's Gate. It's quite a fitting glass actually, I think. Although it's not a Guinness, it's a replica, but yeah, that's nice. £1.79. I don't know if they do this all year round. See that the red tinge? That's, yeah, there you go. Look, that's a lovely bit of red in there. It's like velvet. It's beautiful. Come here, my little friend. If you like your stouts and you like chocolate, you're going to love it. If you're not keen on chocolate and like your stouts, you might not enjoy. If you're a traditional stout drinker, you probably like these chocolatey ones. I don't know, more, you know, the sort of base, the dark malts and the roastiness. It's got all that, but then you put that hint of chocolate, and obviously there's coffee. Got to be coffee in there, but the chocolate is what you know, drowns that out. Never give you nothing on there, do they? Never give you the old recipes. It just says contains barley and sulfates. Never good, is it really? May also contain wheat. I mean, surely, you know, if you buy something, the recipe should be on the ingredients, so you know, not allergic. Especially if you source the information, but if you're allergic, perhaps you shouldn't be drinking it. But then you can have anything. We don't know. Sometimes you don't know you're allergic to things, do you? Babbling beer reviews. But yeah, if you like the sort of combination of chocolate and stout, then it's very, very nice. And as I say, I don't know if they do it all year. They do their coffee stout. I don't know if they do this or it's just a Christmas one. Perhaps if people had it in the comments, they could tell me. But definitely one to pick up if you at Christmas time, if you want a nice sort of festive treat for yourself, a bit of indulgent, slightly different from your normal stout or your ales, whatever it is you drink, or as a gift, a couple of bottles of that for, you know, your family member that likes, or your friend that likes to drink stouts or chocolate stouts. It's like a nice gift, and it's laced in the glasses, say, quite nicely. 5% as well. I wouldn't want too many of them. Definitely got vanilla in there. Do you know, it's almost got an essence of cream soda to me. If you had cream soda, it's obviously the vanilla, but it's got a tinge of, you know, in my memories. I do that with beers. I drink these weird and wonderful beers, and they stir up, you know, different thoughts and different memories. Flavoured beer, when it comes to the rain, if you can hear it. I mean, I'm definitely, that's why I like my ales, and you know, because they are, a lot of them taste like they should do. Just a nice decent ale-y beer. I mean, especially Devon Dumpling, which I've just bought another box of, or another box on. Her indoors can't drink still. She's got a couple of weeks to go before she's doing it. So I thought, before she had an operation, I was drinking a lot more topsail, which is, you know, 4%. Johnny Smith's, that sort of amber beer, and it's a nice beer, and a nice ale, and I've got to say I really enjoy it. And actually it's only a 4%, so it's done me a favour, because I used to drink a lot of dumpling going back along, and you have too many and it just it bug you up, you mess your head. It's not a sessionable beer really. I got used to it over the years, but it's still, I remember one time it really made me unwell. I had a heavy night in the pub, the local village pub I used to buy, and I got carried away as I do, and I just remember really unwell. It took me a good 2 days to get over it, and even then that's when I started to think to myself, I can't do this no more, I can't handle it. And I'm still carrying on for years down the road. I'm still doing the same. I don't want to get, I like to have, as I said before in the video, I like to respect that one, or try and respect it, because it'll mess you up. So if you want a session beer, go for their top sale, don't go for the dumpling. But I'm babbling again, I was babbling. Excuse me, what I mean is that, you know, why she's not drinking, I thought I had a box of ham, and I had a box of what next, so I got another one. I thought I'd have another dumpling. While she's not drinking, I'll have another Devon dumpling, and then back on the top sale, and it'll be Devon dumpling just on occasion, like I mean, she's not coming out, or, you know, or even if I had to have two on, I could always, I've got the other pump. I did clean it for Christmas, didn't use it much, but I did get it, so get it up and running. I could always have the one on for that side of things and one for me, but yeah, I'm babbling beers. That's what we're talking about. We're in a pub. We're having a Friday night session. We're just drinking indulgent chocolate stout and in the moment, tucked away from that rain. You know, as I said, when you're in the rain and you're in here, you got a bit of warmth on. I haven't got the fire. I've got the fire over there, little warm fire going. I'd love a log burner in here. I've said it before. It'd be lovely. Be cosy. I see a little video on the news tonight. Actually, I don't know if anyone sees it. Well, it's West Country news. Oh no, it wasn't. It was on the main news, national news. It was after 6:30, yeah, and it was about these micro pubs, because obviously pubs now with the government, what they're doing, and the cost of, you know, interest rates and business rates, and pubs are really, you know, struggling. They're going to go to the wall. We're going to have a lot of closures, a lot more. I mean, they've been closing left, right, but there's going to be a lot of closures, and it's sad. So if you can use your pubs and you enjoy going, go. It is tight on the old pocket now. I know it's. And I've written earlier on about this on this Guinness page I follow on that social media platform there, about the landlord. I think the beer had gone from £4.80 or something like that to £5.40 or something like that, £5, and he was going to put it up again because he's reckoned his interest rates have gone almost 50% interest rate, and it obviously now got handed over to the punter. And this is a guy that obviously uses the pub and was having a rant about it and saying, you know, the way it's going, and then the comments, there was different landlords, and I own a pub, and you know, I'm going to go to the wall in a minute, and I'm looking at bringing in liquidators, and it's a sad time. And the thing is, we all meet at pubs, you know, that's where people go and meet, and they, after the end of the working week, and you have discussions, and you put your phone down. Well, a lot of us can still put the phone down, but if you can, and you can talk to people, and you know, and if you haven't got social media, in a minute there might be a ban out, because once they bring that 16 thing in that they're looking at now, under 16, you're then going to have to put your ID over to log in. And if you're like me and don't want to give digital ID over and things like that, you don't want them to control all your business and what you're logging into. You're not, I don't know why, but I just don't believe in, it's my privacy. I don't, you know, what I look at and what I'm doing, what I shop and what I buy, and it's my business. It ain't hurting anybody else. I ain't doing anything to it. I'm not doing anything illegal. So why have I got to be watched or tracked? I don't want it. I don't agree with it. So if you're out there and you do, best of luck to you, because you got a big shot coming. But that aside, having beer reviews, you know, I don't want all that. And if they start bringing that in when we've got to log in, people are not going to log in anymore. And you go to the pub and you think, well, I won't bother with that. I'll go and meet with my mates and we'll talk about the government and society and what's going on and how things are. And that's what we used to do before social media. And that's where people would do them, plan things and do things, you know, the strikers and things. And it's almost like they're trying to do away with that. So you've got nowhere to go. And this is why I like this, because I can choose who comes here and we can have a chat here, and, you know, I don't, you know, worry about it. It's my garden, my place, my rules. The government can, in the politest, nicest possible way, you know what I mean? If you're watching, Mr. But as I say, you know, that aside, we digress. We're getting into a pub. We're having the old, we're having a weekend, let off steam. But no, you know, it's one of them. It's one of them things, isn't it? Where, yeah, and I've gone completely and digressed from what I was talking about. And if I didn't come back to it, I think when I finished the video filming, well, I missed the whole point entirely. I think I did that a couple of weeks ago on a video. What they're saying now is there was a little place in, is it Margate or somewhere like that? These little micro pubs that are popping up, or what do they call them? Pop-ups, like pop-up restaurants, pop-up cafes and things like that. And they were saying that they're popular, they become popular. And this little pub, this news report was sitting in, normally old Slick Hairdo, I don't know his name, but it was on, I think it's on ITV News, Anglia, whatever you want to call it up there. It was ITN, whatever, Channel 3 I used to call it, 1, 2, 3, 4 when we were kids, and then Channel 5 going on. So Channel 3, what you want to call it. And he sat in there and he said, you know, there's room in here for like 5 people on a night. So 5 people, right? And get this, 5 people. And he said, no one night they had 14 people in there. It's a proper pub. It's set up, it's middle-aged, but he had more of an extravagant bar. It was bigger than, the bar was bigger, the bar was bigger than this. But there could have been a lot of room in there for 5 people, because I can hold in here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and if I was by the bar, 6 people in here, possibly 7 comfortably in here. 7 people I could get in this little pub of mine, little pub shed. So that sounds good. So if they're going to hold 5 in there, what size is that? And they're doing a business. If only, eh? And apparently they're taking off. So, and that was a business. It was a pub. So you do go out your house, and but I mean, for that little pub, if you get a bloke that sits there holding his beer all night in the corner, or taking one of your seats, and he only buys 1 pint at, I don't know, £6-7, it can't be good for business, can it? Surely. But they're taking off apparently. So a bit like people years ago, pubs starting in front rooms, and we seem to be going back to that day and age where we're going backwards. I mean, isn't it a time to be, you know, when we think of what society went through, you know, the Victorians and the Industrial Revolution, how things got better. And then, you know, through the decades, technology increased and things increased. We should be at a place, the human species should be at a place now in time where we're almost living free. I know they talk about this AI business and a national wage for everybody, because AI is going to take over and all these robots are going to, what's going on here? Excuse me a minute. AI is going to take over and there won't be any jobs for anybody because it can do everything. Elon Musk at the World Economic Forum talked about how there's going to be more robots than humans, and everyone's got the minimum wage. I mean, it's scary, really. It's scary where we're headed. We're not headed for good things in that regard. Technology is great if it's used. I mean, I've been using ChatGPT to fix my car, and it's great for things like that and doing things that are practical, but having it run everyday life and take over and jobs and putting people out of business and shopping online and all that, killing the supermarkets and not supermarkets, but high street supermarkets seem to be a thing on their own, don't they? But yeah, so the idea of pubs being eradicated and things like that, I've totally gone off and on, waffled and whatever else and babbled, but there you go. That's where we're at. You know, it's not good times really when you look overall. So support your pub if you can, as expensive it gets. If not, and they do close, and you're in a village like me, and if my pub closed, I mean, I went down and I told you I can't afford them prices anyway. I mean, the village I lived in before, it was manageable, I could do it. But I couldn't afford to spend, you know, probably gone up since then. It was last year. I mean, it was $9.60 for a pint and a half, I think I was paying. Yeah, a pint and a half. I mean, a pint and a half, $9.60. Round about there anyway. I know it was stupid money. I mean, 2 drinks and it's game over. I mean, I don't want to cut back on drinking, but hey, I get a box of Bays for 30 quid, you know what I mean? 18 pints. There's no odds in it, is there? No wonder I'm staying here, but I won't stay indoors and drink it. It don't feel the same, but I'll have it on the pump and feel like I'm in a pub out here. And people are invited to come and, you know, they want to share and put money in the pot and we get one between us. All the better, you know what I mean? What should we rate the beer before I disappear? About 28 minutes now. What should we rate it at? It's still laced in the glass. That's definitely a rich, dark, sort of rich, indulgent. It's indulgent. And I say, you wouldn't want many of them. I think 2 max. You make you feel sick after that, maybe. I do like a stout. I do, and I do like that. I wouldn't rush to have many of them. I'd have a couple of them. I don't know. Would I be cruel to say 8 out of 10 for me? And it's not because of that. It's just that it's quite sweet. It's got vanilla, but you know, it's indulgent. So I'm going to say 8 out of 10, just for the fact that I really like it. It's very good. I recommend trying it. You might enjoy it more than that. Your rating might be higher, but for me, 8 out of 10. not my. I mean, I'm not overly on ales is my thing. Used to be Guinness or Gunners. Up the Gunners. I was looking at it the other day. I filmed a video and I had this, put this top on. 2 different videos, 2 different days by the way, but same t-shirt. So if you see the other video, it's not the same day. It's like an optical illusion, the Guinness and Gunners. When I saw this on, I saw it on that social marketplace, and my missus got it for me for Christmas. Thank you, love, much appreciated. And I only said to her about it once, so that's a nice t-shirt, and she's bought it for me. Didn't know, it was a nice surprise. But I just like it. I mean, I used to love Guinness, love Guinness shirts, and I used to drink loads of Guinness. I lived on Guinness. That was, I used to go in the pub. It was Guinness, and she'd have half of lager, or it was Carlsberg, and we'd share a bit of red wine, rosé. It was a weird combo, but hey, it worked for us, and it was you know, and that was all the time. That was it. That was my. We used to go out all night. And I'd drink Guinness all night and throw in an odd couple of glasses, not the wine all the time, but here and there, just to take the dryness out. And then I thought I'm drinking far too much Guinness. I was. I got quite chunky, and you know, I was drinking a lot of it. And funny enough, today is the anniversary of Arthur Guinness's death. So whatever day this goes out, what's today's date? It is the 23rd of January, and he's been dead since 1802 or 1803 without googling it. I read that earlier on. So cheers to Arthur Guinness for that lovely drink. You think he died in 1803? He's been dead for over a couple of 100 years, and that Guinness has been in operation for nearly 300 years, if you work it out. That's amazing. That's some feat, isn't it? It's changed and different things. The West Indian porters and foreign stouts. But yeah, it's funny we're talking about that. And yeah, today is the anniversary of that guy's death. So cheers, Arthur Guinness. I know I'm drinking a stout, chocolate stout, but not a Guinness. But I do enjoy a Guinness. So cheers for that. Babbling beer reviews. So yeah, you know, when you think about, love it, because if you look at the history of Arthur Guinness, that's some history there. Have a look at Arthur. If you never looked up, you know, his name, Google Arthur Guinness and have a look at where he started and his family and who married who, and fascinating, really. That's what I like about this sort of beers, these old beers. I mean, when you see some of these brewers that go to the wall in a short amount of time, that there has been there. That Guinness has been a staple for nearly 300 years. And he started off, I think, brewing sort of ales and stuff. And in Ireland at the time, porters were the fashion. They enjoyed drinking porters. So he sort of moved into the porter and that sort of stout side of things. And then eventually, I think he stopped doing ales and became a porter-only brewing place when they moved from his original site to St James Gate and all that. Look at the history, fascinating. And obviously they are where they are today, and they're still going. They are still about now. And even optical illusions, you know, objects in the rear view mirror and all that business. But Babbling beer reviews, this one's on my head. I better go now. It's 33 minutes. If you stuck around this long, you're as crazy as me. Did we rate it? We did 8 out of 10, didn't we? That's right. So thanks for tuning in. So there you go, £1.79. Aldi's, get yourself a chocolate stout, smooth and indulgent. If it's available, if not, wait till next Christmas and definitely get some and try it. Have an indulgent Christmas treat. Definitely, it's nice, you know. When we overindulge at Christmas, we do, don't we? You think about all the mince pies. Oh, all the mince pies. Oh, they're gone. Oh, Morrison's my favourite. I love Morrison's mince pies. I like eating them. I did consume a few of them. I still never had any mulled cider. I've got the stuff to make it. I've got to make it. But all that indulgent, all that turkey and the Christmas cakes and the chocolate Swiss rolls and your trifles and your meringues and all that sort of malarkey. Your chocolate tins of sweets and nuts and everything else. This would be part of that festive period. So if you like that sort of thing, get yourself some and try it. You won't be disappointed, but just don't go mad because it might make you feel a bit Pat and Mick, as I'd say. down in old London town there. So there we go. Thanks for tuning in. Another long old video of waffling and babbling. 35 minutes, man. Babbling beer reviews. Terrible. It's a record for myself, I think. And I'll see you here for another one. I mean, I'm going to drink Devon Dumpling after this. I don't know what sort of stout I'm going to be in tomorrow, but that warm, indulgent feeling of the chocolate stout's already kicking in. Bit of music on, and let's see where the evening takes us. So whatever you're doing, look after yourselves. Rain's coming in, thick and fast. I'll say along for summer, but we don't get one here, do we? If we got one in this country, you could say, oh yeah, I love the summer. That's another story, mate. That's a whole other story. We would have summer if they left the skies alone, but I'm just a conspiracy nut job. And what they say for the century reasons, I'm as fictional as that pint of chocolate stout. It's not fictional though, is it? It's factually there.